Mount St. Helens, a Washington state volcano, has been dormant for over a century, but today it erupted with smoke and ash after a week of earthquakes which rattled the area. The volcano oozed lava and belched an explosion that was heard up to 45 miles away. The blast took place about 1 o'clock this afternoon. It was the first volcanic eruption in this country since 1914.
First of all, volcanic gas and ash spewed 4 miles high today, with mudslides oozing down the snowy slopes of Mount St. Helens. Many area residents were evacuated as a result of that eruption. David Johnston talked about the potential danger of this volcano.
Right now, there is a crater up there about 50 feet across, about 20 or 30 feet deep. That crater was blown out by a steam explosion. Lava has not yet made it to the surface. It seems very likely that this is actually a precursor to an eruption.
How soon do you think that might occur?
Well, if it occurs, it would probably be no more than a few months on the outside, but it could be as soon as a few hours.
In Washington state, Mount St. Helens belched smoke and ash for 5 hours yesterday, then got hit with 2 sharp earthquakes early this morning. And the crater on top of the volcano suddenly is a lot deeper and wider than before. But still, scientists say they have no sign of any major eruption of molten lava in the near future.
Washington State Governor Dixie Lee Ray yesterday closed Washington State's Mount St. Helens area to lodgers, to sightseers, and to most residents.
The new activity on the mountain, the bulge on the north side, has increased the danger for a heavy mudslide or an avalanche in the area.
The ominous bulge extends for a mile. It's 0.6 of a mile wide and is raised as much as 320 feet. But whether the road is closed or not, the legendary Harry Truman says he's going to stay here at the Mount St. Helens Lodge where he's been for the past 54 years.
I'd get an injunction to them and to take the act of God and 3 acts of Congress, and Congress act slow before they put that gate back, or you're damn right away. But I want it closed. I'm not bucking it. I want the gate closed. I don't want them up here. And as far as opening up, I'm just as happy to live this summer alone.
Harry says while the tourists are kept out, he'll spruce up the place a little and take it easy.
And another kind of disaster may be in the making at the Mount St. Helens volcano in Washington state. Another strong earthquake shook the mountain today, and scientists say that a huge bulge on the volcano may be getting ready to fall into the waters below. If that happens, it could cause major flooding, and fears of an eruption are still stronger than ever.
For the 3rd day in a row after a 2-week lull in volcanic activity, Mount St. Helens in southwestern Washington continued spewing steam and ash upwards to around 13,000 feet, 3,000 feet higher than the mountain.
It's not a question of if, but rather when. Scientists monitoring the volcano say it may soon reach its next stage, the eruption of lava.
And you don't mind working in the shadow of the mountain then?
No, not at all. There's nothing to be scared of. More danger of one of them trees falling on the backside than there is mountain exploding.
After rumbling for several weeks, racked by frequent quakes and steam and ash emissions, Mount St. Helens finally blew this morning with a boom heard 150 miles away. The immense eruption came following an earthquake measuring 5 on the Richter scale. Cars parked 12 miles away on a logging road were overturned by the tremendous impact of the blast. An awesome plume of smoke, steam, and tons of ash rose over 10 miles in the sky, reminding onlookers of an atomic blast. Prevailing winds blew the cloud in a northeasterly direction, plunging communities 60 miles away into complete darkness. Accompanying the eruption were mudslides and reports of 12-foot walls of water. Several bridges were washed out.
There is nothing to remind us that this valley was once filled with dense stands of timber raised by numerous herds of elk. Massive trees were felled in one direction by a giant gust of hot gas. 700 degrees Celsius or hotter.
One of the people missing after the eruption of Mount St. Helens is Harry Truman. The 84-year-old Truman owned and operated a 40-acre resort ranch near the base of the volcano. Tonight, at least 20 feet of mud and ash cover the area where his resort once stood.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the way, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.